time for another page 100. So I'm going to read you the first little paragraph from the prologue because it gets the book set up so well. It was under the bed. Parents always tell their children there's nothing scary down there, or lurking in the deep depths of the closet, or hiding low in dark shadows. That's what parents always say, and they're right most of the time. Well, in the new series by DJ MacHale, The Library, parents are wrong. Dead wrong in some cases. At page 100, I have more questions than answers about this mystery, but I'll give you the setup so far. We start in the New York bedroom of a little boy named Alec, who is every night about midnight hearing scratching and growling and strange sounds under his bed, until finally one night something does emerge that forces him up onto the roof of his building where an evil force awaits him. He doesn't know what to do. His father comes to save him, but when his dad has just pulled him from hanging over the edge of the roof, that monster comes back and sends his father plummeting over the side to his death. And there are 3 words that echo throughout that horrible night. Surrender the key. Well, next we go to a middle school, also in the East Coast, I think it's Connecticut, and we meet a 12-year-old boy named Marcus O'Mara, who has a bit of a chip on his shoulder, but is also a upright and good kid, even though he's got some anger issues, part of which I think stems from the fact that he's adopted and doesn't know who or where his parents might be. So he gets himself into detention, and while he is there, some strange things start happening. He sees a bull running loose through the school, and then a man in his bathrobe holds out an intricate skeleton key, and someone somewhere is saying, "Surrender the key." So we don't know exactly how Marcus and Alec and the key are all interconnected until Marcus does some searching on the internet, where he reads the gruesome story of the death of a local firefighter who fell from the roof of his building tragically only a couple of days before. So when Marcus decides to track down who this firefighter is, he ends up in New York City, where he meets the firefighter's widow and Alec's mother, and learns that Michael, the firefighter, was the best friend of Marcus's father, and they were, in their spare time, investigators of the paranormal, until about 12 years ago, when they uncovered something so shocking and so frightening that they both stopped immediately from doing that work. Well, fast forward to the present day, and something is coming from somewhere after some kind of key. Marcus ends up getting the key, and when he takes it home, not knowing exactly what to do with it, he holds it near his bedroom door, where a keyhole emerges. He puts the key into the keyhole, and he is transported immediately to an immense, shadowy library, where he meets a curmudgeonly and rather odd librarian who tells him that there are millions and millions of volumes in this library. Many of the stories are finished, but not all of them are, and they're all true, including the one that Marcus is in. So he's just run out of the library because he's completely freaked out, and he left his key there saying he doesn't want anything to do with it or the paranormal or the haunting or anything scary that's going to come with this key and supposedly some kind of responsibility. He's thrown himself into bed for a good night's sleep. He rolls over and he looks at his pillow, and sitting on the pillow is the key. I don't know what's going to happen. I know I say that every time I do a page 100, but it is kind of fun to be at this point in the book and have a mystery unfolding before me with some dark, scary creatures and monsters and witches or ghosts perhaps. A kid who is, of course, a reluctant hero with a dangerous secret and a dangerous past that isn't even his, and yet he's inherited it. And luckily he has a couple of friends that we've met so far, Theo and Lou, and I'm sure that we're going to have a trio who gets involved in whatever DJ MacHale has in store for us. This book is targeted for upper elementary and middle grade readers, so ages 8 to 12. And it already has that nice creepy feel. I'm wishing, of course, that I could have my flashlight and that it was dark and stormy outside, because certainly that would add to the fun of reading this. But I'm enjoying it. I think you will too. And of course, I want to thank you for joining me for another page 100. See you next time.